This morning we're burning some brush piles. You can see behind me there. We cleared this area out last winter a little bit. Cut some a lot of box elder trees down here for firewood for the winter. And I just threw all the brush in piles. I used to leave them all and just let them for habitat for rabbits and everything, but now every brush pile I've burnt so far has a fox den under it, which maybe sounds bad that we're burning them, but the fox have been eating the chickens like crazy lately. So I don't feel too bad that I'm getting rid of their houses.
Big logs that I'm carrying.
Yeah, go under the fence so you don't get shocked.
There's got fire started. Daddy,
What?
look at that fire. Dad, it's almost burnt down now.
That one's burnt down already. Yeah, that one's still pretty big over there yet.
It's burnt down.
Just trying to clean this out. There's nothing that would grow under here. It was just super thick, and it was just dirt basically under there. Let's get this cleaned out a little bit down here along the creek so the grass can start growing again. This is the first brush pile we just started about, when did we start this, Jack? 10 minutes ago?
Yep.
Man, does it burn fast. About 10 minutes and it's gone. Is it hot?
Yes. Yes.
Starting to rain out now again. Throw them in there.
I found something really cool.
What'd you find?
Come here. Bones.
What'd you find?
All these bones.
Oh, what is it, you think?
I don't know. It's a big pack of bones.
Looks like a sheep maybe had died down here. It looks like a sheep skull. This is the difference in the ground out where I cut it, so you could see in the woods what the ground looks like. And look at the diversity out here and just how thick it is. There's no bare dirt showing. There's clover, lots of clover, some burdock, some grass. I don't know the names of all this stuff. There's just tons and tons of forage. And then in there ain't much for any animals to eat except for a goat maybe. And I'm not cutting all the trees down. I just want to thin them out. You ready to go back, Leah? Hey Logan, careful you don't hit Leah, okay? We got rained out a bit last time we were down here, so we're going back down to throw a couple of those fires back in. Got a pitchfork. And then finish that, I was explaining about the trees I was cutting down, kind of to get some more sunlight in that area down there, get a little more growth in there. And then my phone died and it started raining real hard, so we'll go down there and try to finish that up a little bit. Mostly burnt down. These bigger ones in there. What's that, buddy?
Swimming tonight.
You wanna go swimming tonight?
Yeah.
Where at?
Down there.
In the creek?
Yeah.
We can go swimming in the creek.
I seen a fish jump down there in a deep spot.
Did you?
I seen a fish jump.
Really?
Yeah.
Our minnow trap washed out last year from about, how far up is that, Jack? Probably, oh, a good 400 or 500 yards up there. And then the boys actually found it down here a couple months ago when we were moving the cows. Pretty sure it's wrecked now, but yeah, I don't think we're gonna be able to save that, but we'll at least get it back, and so it's not out here.
I'm gonna throw this big one. It's like this one. Is this a deep spot? No. Is this a deep spot? Big meat critters.
Jeez, that one's a giant. Better go put him back in the creek for the fish.
Why?
To eat. You can see behind me, this right here, I have not thinned out yet. That right there, I have thinned out. And I don't cut all the trees down. I leave, so like that one I left that elm tree and stuff. And like I said, I don't want to eliminate all the trees. That is not at all what I'm trying to do back here. Geez, that fire's getting hot. But what I talked to my neighbor south of me. He used to rent all this pasture. And people that used to live here, they didn't want him to have cattle along the creek here anymore. So this is what happened. You can see behind me, the trees grew up. And now, that side over there, you can see it, is a perfect example. It's just pure dirt. There's nothing, no grass, no nothing. So every time we get a rain, heavy rain, it floods, washes all that dirt down the stream. You don't want cattle in here all the time. That's, you know, if you don't do rotational grazing, it maybe is worse for the river than not having any cattle at all. That's hard to tell. That has a lot of factors, I guess. But if you rotate them and you don't leave them in one spot for more than a few days or a week, you know, then they'll keep the trees down and you'll have grass growing along that creek along there instead of trees that don't let, around here, if you don't have cattle in there, box elders come. Under box elders, nothing grows, just dirt. Dirt and dirt, that's it. But I'll go down here and I'll show you what I mean by how nothing grows along the creek. So that's what happens when you let all the trees grow up. Absolutely no grass. And up there you can see I started clearing. That's where that part where the fire was. I cleared kind of down to there. There's good grass growing. Over here I haven't started clearing out yet, but you can see it's just dirt. And this is a perfect example right here. When it floods, there's no grass to hold that dirt. And people say, the trees, you know, the roots will hold dirt. Tree roots do not hold dirt. You can see the water washes all the dirt out of there. So if we don't have to cut all of them down, but if you thin out some of these smaller elms, then it'll look more like that with a lot of nice grass under it.
We have to come over here.
Okay, I'm looking. Whoa! Don't move, Jack.